ISL Prime League.
Deciding the fate of every player in this group, this match, this first player fighting for his life right now, it is going to be
Evil Geniuses, HuK.
And in the bottom right-hand corner, our yellow Zerg player coming up from the win in the previous series. This is...
My Insanity, Petraeus.
Alright. Foreigner versus Foreigner on the battlefield. Who will come out on top?
Or will somehow we be stuck in an endless loop
Forever.
of just Swarm Host versus Colossi, and then they both can't kill each other. Even though
Well,
Swarm
like, I
Host
thought you were talking about like the
are
round robin
different.
thing where we just are here forever and ever and ever and ever.
That too. We could do that as well.
Well, I wonder how long it actually could go on. Like, I wonder what the longest round robin, like how many in StarCraft 2?
10,000 games.
Would it be more of a best of a 69? More than?
Probably not.
No.
Probably not. That was a good series.
Potentially. Yeah. Well,
That was
I
a- that
believe,
was a series.
I think you said something here about these two players and their match history against each other before we came in.
I mean, over the years, which anytime you're looking at stats in StarCraft 2, anything past like a couple of months oftentimes is not representative. But if you want to, look back through time in official matches, Petraeus is up 7-2 in map scores and 3-0 in series against HuK. As recently as just June 16th,
Yeah.
Petraeus did indeed 2-0 HuK.
Definitely something to take into consideration. But it makes me wonder as well, like, this new HuK that I always keep thinking of, right? Like the one that is casting a bit more and just is more open. Like, he's vocal about it, and he will always say he's been kind of chilling out and just enjoying it. It's a much more enjoyable experience for him playing the game. So maybe the same thing with Petraeus. You never know. Even though he was in a game before he was doing his veto, so he's just been playing and playing as well. Not slacking.
Going for that third hatchery. Now, we do have the 3 gates going to be following it up for HuK. He's not going for an earlier Twilight Council. Instead, he's going to be going 2 base 4 gateways. And Warp Gate just finishing up. Of course, not really a proxy pylon out on the map. I mean, there is the...
Oh, he has just one towards the northwest of the third base of Petraeus. So this could be pretty deadly. Yeah, this could be, like, this is a really fast warp gate. And Petraeus, I would assume, has some kind of idea about it. As he did scout the first 2 gateways at the front, and then this kind of pressure that's been going on.
5 Zealots now out on the front lines, waiting to move in towards that third base location. They're going to be tangoing with these Lings, and of course they will slice these Lings up, no problem in those numbers. A couple of more Zealots warped in to join up these 5, bringing the total to a 7 versus just a small number of Queens. Petraeus needs to dance his heart out. 1 Queen gets trapped, killed off very easily. The third hatch also going to be going down extremely quickly. 20 Lings on the way for Petraeus.
That is a lot of Lings coming out, but there are quite a few Zealots here. And HuK can still always recall if anything does get too crazy. But with 2 Queens, he does have to look at that Mothership Core HP before. And he's going to actually time warp. He's going in. I don't think he realizes how many Lings are coming here.
Drones, of course, pulled off the line to tango with these Zealots. Never a real situation that you want to be in. The Queen getting chased down by the Mothership Core, trying to eliminate that before the Mothership Core goes down. And these Zealots standing strong, but they're overwhelmed by the sheer number of Lings. Second Queen finishes off the Mothership Core, and it's just these 4 additional Zealots now going to be forced to back off. They have kind of done their job, but HuK was looking for a bit more damage than that.
Yeah, he really wanted to either end the game right there or, do some really critical damage, even getting the natural base. 4 sentries being warped defensively for HuK without a Mothership Core makes me think that he is just going to continue with this, and +1 melee is going to be done here for Petraeus very soon. So those Lings are going to be really, really nice. Are going to be doing a lot of damage.
Smart of Petraeus to try to go up to the high ground. Unfortunately, yeah, the ranged sentries, they don't do a lot of damage, but they do enough damage to push away those Lings. Ling's going to be moving out for the counterattack, of course, heading back towards that natural, but there is a force field ready sentry waiting there, and that sentry has quite a bit of energy into the natural expansion of Petraeus. Go the forces of HuK, trapping the roaches against those Zealots. There's a couple more roaches going to start targeting down those sentries. They're not really getting the high energy ones just yet. Kind of focusing, of course, most of the force fields have been expended, and can HuK actually keep this attack up as reinforcements come in for Petraeus? These Zealot numbers are starting to dwindle.
Yeah, they really are, and sentries don't really do that great against roaches, but if he keeps getting them with low numbers, this could be enough. Petraeus is holding on right now, but he is down in workers, but losing those sentries does hurt, and doesn't even get the recall on it. Every single one of those sentries goes down. Petraeus has a little bit of time to breathe, but yeah, I mean he's still drowning. He's definitely still drowning.
He's going to start pushing out across the map. He's moving in with a couple of Lings, but of course with this many Zealots blocking off that entrance, Petraeus is going to be hard-pressed to actually get inside of the natural expansion of HuK. Third base starting to be reestablished for Petraeus, and HuK is like, oh, well, I guess I need more gateways.
Yep, I guess so. Adding that many more gateways, and he's also going to be getting a robotics facility. I don't even know if this is going to be for Immortals. It seems to be just for the Observer in case Petraeus decides to go for Burrow. Ooh. But I do love the fact that those +1 Lings are on the map right now. So he can get a really good engagement with them if the force fields aren't like amazing. But I think HuK is known for some pretty damn good force fields.
Walk me through this infestation pit. What's Petraeus' goal?
Oh man, I'm not even sure. The fact that he's going for it, he might just go for a few infestors to hit those sentries. I don't even know if he's gonna. Yeah, I'm wondering if he's even gonna invest into the pathogen glands though. Because I mean, I don't know about going straight up to a hive.
Well,
he's thinking about it, right?
Yeah,
like
I mean,
you'll see it.
He starts pathogen glands and then cancels it. So he was okay. There's the infestors.
Yeah. So he's getting it without it. So this is a good idea. This is when he feels like he won't be under immediate pressure, maybe. And he wants to just get the infestor count without investing into the actual upgrade for them. So
gets his hive pretty early on as well. Third base going to be coming down for HuK, as well as the Twilight Council, of course, after that Robo. Does mean that, any upgrades or Blink, they're not going to be the fastest. But naturally, HuK is going to be looking to put on a bit more pressure with the Warp Prism in... Well, it looks like there may actually be... No, it's a Scouting Phoenix.
Yep.
Hallucinated Phoenix, not a second Warp Prism, nothing too crazy.
Oh, and he doesn't see the infestors, I don't think. But HuK is already moving in. Oh, he gets into the main!
Yep. He has got 4 pretty high energy sentries which get pushed out, so that didn't really turn into anything. HuK kind of awkwardly forced back by Petraeus. Petraeus is not having any of these shenanigans.
No, not at all. And you know what? I think he's going to be in a weird spot right now where, because HuK doesn't have to actually attack. He's in this position where he has his third established and Petraeus just got his back up. So he could be perfectly fine by just poking in. Like that move that he did was really good. Like, he went into the main and tried to force field him out. And he could have got it done, but he said, you know what, I actually don't need to lose his sentries and risk the fact that I might lose, an advantage that I have. So he's kind of just chilling.
Yeah, he's always keeping that Warp Prism, looking for opportunities, has to turn it around, though. Roach is starting to bust down rocks in the middle of the map, and of course, one thing that we don't see very often, adrenal glands actually being researched by Petraeus.
Yeah, this is actually like some of the quickest adrenal glands I've ever seen before the 16-minute mark.
I mean, getting it in a game at all is almost fast. But
yeah, exactly.
I guess you could say the same about Ultraless Cavern. It's not that often that you see that, and Petraeus, he's going just about all out with kind of this late-game tech. Of course, Infestors were already constructed, but now he's adding on the Viper, Ultralisks, all those upgrades, and so it's going to be walking into that natural expansion. They do not have very many.
Oh, the Infestors, though. Oh, no, they're actually on hold position, and they're all going to get taken out. Every one of them got taken out. Oh,
definitely a bit of a misstep there for Petraeus. HuK, wow, perfect force fields.
Yep. Jeez. That was like... Alright, welcome back here as we spawn on Echo. This is game number 2 in a best-of-3 series that could reset the round robin, depending on how it goes. But, hey, we shall find it out as we do introduce the 2 players. The first in the top left, down 1 once again. Can he bring it back? It is
My Insanity, Petraeus.
While in the bottom right-hand corner, the blue Protoss, who's presently up 1-0. This is...
Evil Geniuses, HuK.
Alright, Petraeus scouting out first, making sure nothing crazy is going on, and I wasn't sure if he was going to be going for a proxy hatch, but no, it does not look like it. He's just kind of confirming, seeing what's going on.
Nothing too wild thus far, and heading into the series, Tempo, I have to kind of confess something to you, that I was maybe looking at things without much hope for HuK.
Yeah.
He recently was defeated by Kane in, as you mentioned, gone in with the casting. He's been focusing more on that, not focusing as much on his playing necessarily, and now I'm starting to believe in HuK once again, and we got Echo. We've got another map where he has some opportunities to do some devious things, to certainly take a game off of Petraeus. So
yeah, he could. I mean, he really caught Petraeus in that last game, especially where he put his proxy pylon. I really like that. I don't think Petraeus was expecting it to be there. He was looking all around the map, but he could not get it. And going for +1 lings, you're kind of investing into this upgrade that's supposed to really hit around the time that a Protoss player might be taking their third themselves. And, you know, if they're attacking you, you're vulnerable and you skip out on the Roach War, and it's just the same as playing greedy because you don't have the tools to actually deal with something that hits at the timing of a 4-gate. So,
unfortunately for Petraeus, he just, as you said, didn't have the tools. In this game, I think we'll see something a bit different. I mean, already we have the opportunity for HuK to go for something a bit... Wow, is that probe actually... that probe was being caught by the sentry. Poor pathing, unfortunately, stopping it from building that gateway. But there... Whoa, actually, huh. You know, I looked up at the production tab, and I was not expecting to see a Stargate there. And naturally, the Stargate is in the main, so very nice position there by HuK. And he's not doing anything too foolish, like dropping it down at the front ramp.
Yeah, I love the fact that he's doing it this way, because this is pretty much the same wall-off that he showed Petraeus in the last game, except the other building, of course, that is a Stargate this time, was another gateway. So, in Petraeus' head, he may be thinking like, oh, you're not going to do this 2 times in a row, are you? And it's going to be different, so...
After that first game, if I'm Petraeus, I'm expecting like 7, 8 sentries, 6 to 8 sentries, somewhere in that, moving out with maybe a couple of zealots to basically be like a third base killing force. However, Overlord, this is the hero Overlord, man. He's getting killed by that sentry. He doesn't even care. He's like, psh, what do I care? I'm going to see this Stargate.
And he sees that it's going to be a Phoenix as well. So,
well, that's the thing. Is he... Wait a second. Am I tripping?
Immediately. It's just like, wait a minute.
I thought I saw an Oracle on the production tab. I guess I'm tripping.
He went straight for the Phoenix here. And, you know, this could mean a few things. I feel like when you go for Phoenixes in this kind of situation, off of the Gateway Expand, I don't know. Sometimes you see, like, the Gateway follow-up with it. Like, I'm waiting for HuK to just throw down a bunch of gateways is what I'm... is what I'm thinking.
I mean, he did cut Phoenix production. It's not like he's going super crazy on the Phoenix. He just got the 2, and now he's back into Zealots. So he certainly is going to be, if he wants, he's going to be pumping out a lot of DPS with these Zealots. But it is going to be a very interesting composition. Goodbye Proxy Pylon, that will get sniped, and Supply Blocks HuK a little bit. Not a big deal. Not a super hardcore Supply Block or anything like that. But it's definitely a weird angle for Petraeus. He doesn't quite have the Roach numbers out just yet. They're starting to pop, so that will give him the defensive option that he needs.
Yeah, and HuK also dropped down 2 more gases at home during all of this. So before he actually even engaged and decided to commit to anything, he was already planning on something else. So it wasn't like he was just going to stick onto like a big Zealot Phoenix attack, especially because it doesn't have the +1 with it, you know? Sometimes you'll see it with the +1, but not going to be the case as he does go for the 3rd base, and we'll see if Petraeus has an answer with dealing with it. Oh, getting caught by force fields is not a good answer. Uh-oh.
That was a nice pocket of Lings. Everywhere that Petraeus looks, there are HuK's units defending quite nicely.
Yeah, that's what it seems like right now.
Mm-hmm. And Petraeus, I mean, he's, whoa, once again into the infestation, but I hope this works out a bit better than it did last game. HuK, of course, that's one of those things that he definitely wants to spot. I don't know that he's actually gone very far in with his Phoenix.
Yeah, I wonder if he goes full air here. We haven't really seen it that often anymore, but you know, there are some North American players that HuK may have been studying, and Bales is a person who will open up with Phoenixes and then go like into Void Rays, but with this kind of ground army, I don't think it's going to be the case. He has a lot of Zealots that he invested into, and even the sentries in order to defend. So, and a Robo's on the way too.
Yep. Didn't go super crazy with the Stargate, at least not just yet. I guess that's one of those things that you can always go into if you really want to. But, yeah, like you said, not necessarily that we expect HuK to do that. Overseer for Petraeus cruising its way through the main base, and he's also going to get eyes on that Void Ray. So he's going to know something is up, but he does see the Phoenix pop on out of the Stargate. Well, if he was looking, he saw it. So he will know that it's continued Phoenix production. Pathogen Glands and the Hive, once again, on the way.
Yeah, I think Petraeus is going to show us the style as he goes for those melee upgrades, and this might work a little bit better than last time, as at least he has the time to get them out. Jeez, these Phoenixes being so annoying, but
the double transfuse on the drone saving it.
I know.
Petraeus, man, he loves his units.
Yeah, that's like
most players would just say, that's a king drone.
Yep.
He sits on the he sits on the throne. The throne of drones.
The throne of drone.
This queen, unfortunately, may not be quite as fortunate as the drone. Does snipe down the main base queen, but there's like 8,000 queens that are already out on the map, with 2 more on the way. He's
been constantly producing queens to deal with the air units of HuK. But HuK is going for a pretty well-rounded army. He's not only committing to air and not only committing to gateway units, but he's also adding the robo units. At least for now, it is going to be the Immortal. When you're facing off against Infestors, Colossi are really good, as he is going to go for it. But it's kind of weird because you go into this kind of style and it's like, maybe you should drop another robo so that you can make Immortals from one and Colossi from another, but I don't know. It's Ultras are really going to be the main DPS unit of this army out of Petraeus, it looks like.
I didn't expect him to go for this 2 games in a row, but almost beat for beat, it is the same. Of course, it's going to be a lot more potent and a lot more powerful because he didn't get that 3rd base sniped, and he now does have that 4th base up, but will it be up for too much longer? We got 2 Void Rays, a fair amount of force field energy inside of these sentries, and a number of stalkers, but of course we do have that Oh, this is awkward. There's the recall, but I didn't actually realize that kind of awkward immortal was sneaking up behind him.
Yeah, he's gonna fight for his life as well, though. But
bye-bye.
You know, he's gonna go down. Maybe get one roach though. You can do. There you go. Just popped him. Right in the kisser.
Yep, got the one roach, but HuK is like, all right, round 2, move.
Oh, Phoenix is getting caught by the infestors.
Very nice.
Obviously not like the most vital units here, but hey.
Shut them down.
Yep. And there
so
you go.
crackling
Next
upgrade.
Yeah, the next Robo.
Yeah, there we go. Robo number 2. You called it. Of course, Colossi production is super delayed.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, well, I don't know. Was it even worth it since he did end up losing that initial Immortal?
Yeah, he did not want to lose that Immortal. So what we're going to see HuK do here is set up a Sim City to deal with Ultras. But, you know, the attack is actually happening already. I don't think HuK has enough time. And, the Colossi is in a little bit of trouble. Colossi are not going to be what he needs, though, against what it is that Petraeus is going to be hitting him with.
It's kind of an awkward situation where it's like, whoa, that Templar Archives is very far out from where it would ordinarily be, but in this particular case, yeah, he has to deal with the infestors, he has to deal with roaches, lings, and soon he's going to have to deal with ultralisks. There's a huge amount of queens, which I don't know if you remember that, like, 2012, 2013 Gosu user game where you just have the hero ultralisk that gets transfused about a million times. Mm-hmm. Every time I see high queen counts and ultralisks, I'm like, all right, this is going to be that game.
Like, anything can happen, right? It's crazy how long you can keep ultralisks alive in that way. So, this is a very scary moment for HuK, I think.
All right, so Petraeus backs off. HuK morphs in 3 fake Archons. He's like, no, I totally have a lot of Archons. Please back off. Please stop. Oh, Mothership Core, she is way out of position. Tries to recall, gets locked down. That's a lot of Queen DPS, and naturally that means no time warp, which, I mean, Ultralisks aren't particularly speedy, and if they get time warped, they're even less so. And then, of course, you've got other slow units, which could really be hampered by that time warp. And if they engage around a Nexus, it would have been nice to have Photon Overcharge, but, ugh.
Not gonna happen today, nope.
Yeah.
Here they come, those Cyber. That's a lot of units, and a lot of longevity in these units, as they do have, of course, those Queens to transfuse them for days. There are a few High Templar, at least to get some feedbacks out, but not really that many. I think there's 2. 2 High Templar. So, the Sim City is not even done yet. The only thing that I can really say HuK has going for him is just the fact that Echo is a great map in general against this kind of style. Just because it's like choke, so after choke, and then you just add your Sim City to kind of complement it. Great feedback, though. That's it.
Yep, Ling's splitting off to a couple of different locations, trying to get that economic damage done as they're killing off some probes, killing off some infrastructure. Petraeus at the 4th base of HuK disengages. He was really just looking to pull that army out of position to allow his cheap Lings to do that extra bit of damage, and well, we do have Burrow actually going to be on the way. A whole plethora of things like the Spire on the way, additional upgrades with, of course, 3-3 going to be finishing up. So many things are coming down for Petraeus. Now, you did mention the choke points. This may actually be working against HuK as there go Blinding Clouds. There goes growth on top of that army, and this is such an awkward engagement for both players as the Zealot's really the only thing for HuK actually able to do some damage, but now the rest of the army going to be stepping on forward. Infested Terrans getting lobbed out as well, and Petraeus is getting pushed back.
Yeah, he had a lot of Ultras that weren't really engaging. If he could have used those Ultras to come onto the other side and get a nice in, which that could have looked a lot different, but now Petraeus is on the run. Gonna be making 3 more Ultras and 28 Lings. I don't think that was a trade that he wanted. That was a great trade for HuK. And the best part about it is that he's able to finally establish his 4th. So, the scariest battle that HuK would have had to face is already over. And even though he lost a lot of probes at his 3rd, he's remade them for a little bit.
Petraeus does have yet another opportunity to try to make something happen. We've got 3-3 going to be on the... Well, it's going to be finishing up momentarily. Zerg Flyer, Carapace, 1, and...
Even Neural Parasite.
Yeah, even Neural Parasite. So there is kind of an upgrade point, which is going to be coming up in just a few moments. Petraeus wants to buy time until that. He's got the counterattacks with the Lings heading all over the map, and of course with that Adrenal Gland upgrade, they're going to be doing that extra bit of DPS. can Petraeus just get one good engagement? He just needs one the game.
He needs to so bad. I mean, going in one location really wasn't going to work out. But if he comes from 2 locations and does a really nice surround, that could work out a lot better. And, I mean, it's a lot harder to set up, but it's what you do need to do. So I think I like Petraeus' idea a bit here, though. Going for the Greater Spire. You know, maybe realizing that if HuK commits
an awkward angle, and this wall of Archons on the front line going to be bloody blocking those Immortals, or excuse me, bloody blocking out the Ultralisks as they're trying to get on top of this army. So many blinding clouds going down. There's the Yoinks from the Vipers targeting down some of those Void Rays, and this is the crushing victory that Petraeus was looking for.
That was great. It was just more so the fungal and the blinding cloud combos that Petraeus has been landing have been amazing. He didn't get the great surround there, but like just the fact that HuK's units really couldn't do anything except for the Void Rays really shows it. I mean, look at the supply difference. That's exactly what you see there.
65 supply in the army, advantage for Petraeus, and that was not the engagement angle he was looking for, but as you mentioned, he was landing those spells exactly as he needed to.
Yep, and you know, when behind Dark Shrine, HuK is going to try to come back and buy time with these Dark Templar. There is only one Overseer with the army. I wonder if that Void Ray was actually looking for it. Yeah, it might have been. Just checking the detection in all of these bases. Petraeus has a really nice defense on most of them. HuK doesn't even have really a lot of gas to spend on Dark Templar, actually. Yeah, HuK is kind of broke when it comes to the gas. He didn't put back in gas at his 3rd base.
Oh, that is a little bit awkward. And yeah, as the rest of his bases start to get mined out, he's not completely mined out just yet, neither at his main nor his natural, but he is getting into that situation. So those last couple of bases are going to be very important. Into the natural, into the main, once again the Lings go. Always trying to find those little bits of damage. They're not necessarily going to get that much done, though.
I mean, they'll try to do anything that they can, but Zealots do incredibly well. But another engagement. This is a much better spread from HuK this time, though.
Yeah, those 3 Immortals pounding away from behind that Nexus. Talk about a SimCity wall.
Oh, yeah. This is like the kind of SimCity that he would like. Maybe even better, you know? Just using. You saw exactly how he was able to use it and spread his units out and force all of Petraeus' units to just go in there and let the building do their work while the units are able to finish the job. But this is mainly the Zealots here. So
Petraeus maxed out on army, just has a couple of more units to join up with his main force, and he should be looking for the engage. Of course, the positioning, the spells, going to be so incredibly important. There's so many Zealots here. Those are +3 attack Zealots, but they've only got that +1 armor. So if some fungal growths are able to land on them, some blinding clouds on the Colossi and kind of hold that part of the army back. But this is a relatively open area. Zealots charging forward. That's a fungal growth for Petraeus. He's cutting through those Zealots, but does he have enough on the back end? Getting directly on top of this expensive Protoss army, he slices through absolutely everything.
Just absolutely tears through it all. GG is called, and Petraeus ties it up once again. Oh, these engagements, right? Like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to potentially the last game of the night. It might not be, you never know, as we do head into Terraform. This player bringing it back once again, not only in the series against HuK, but right on here, it is gonna be the Yellow Zerg player.
My insanity, Petraeus.
And in the top left-hand corner, our blue Protoss. This is
Evil Geniuses, HuK.
Down to the wire.
Ooh,
HuK
baby.
loses this game, he is out.
Ooh, baby.
Let's see it. This probe. Why are you taking such a path like that, my friend?
He is taking such a path because, number one, he is going to be spotting that gold, but he is on a cannon Russian mission.
Yeah, you know, I love it. Petraeus' plans definitely getting shut down before they even start. So he's going to have to go with that later spawning pool.
Certainly a bit more of an awkward start for Petraeus than he was expecting. He's like, hey, Terraform, maybe I'll sneak myself out of gold, get myself a nice early-ish attack rocking. And then HuK was like, no.
Not happening. He even let that pylon finish at the gold, by the way, so that is one investment of a pylon, 100 mineral investment.
It's almost like a reasonable proxy pylon location, though.
Yeah. Petraeus, though, he's actually going to have to, he's going to have to deal with the cannon rush here.
Mm-hmm. So he did go pool before the hatch, technically, although it was going to be pool after the gold hatch, but now he does have those first 6 lings on the way. For now, drones are pulled to deal with this. 4 cannons being warped in. We do expect a couple of these to be canceled. I would be kind of surprised if he let all 4 finish.
Yeah, I don't think he would want to, but the lings are going to go for a counterattack, it looks
there
like,
we
instead.
Go.
Whoa, he just lets one of them finish, and it does have half HP. So, does not want to let too many of them finish.
Starts a cannon back home, as well as 2 gateways, going to be blocking off kind of his natural expansion choke. And a guy like HuK, he's played enough aggressive openers that he knows what is going on with this opening. He's like, all right, Petraeus, you don't want to attack me with your lings. I know you're going directly across the map. I just need to survive.
Yeah, and just by holding it here, he has more probes here than Petraeus does. He's going to be able to kill this hatchery. He might not even have to invest in that back pylon, but the only reason he would let the other one finish on the bottom would be to kill stuff that leaves the base of Petraeus, I would say.
Well, HuK is certainly going to be in a prime position to take this game. 3rd cannon finishes up. It's going to be hard for these just couple of lings to actually break this location. More lings going to be coming in, reinforcing from the opposite side of the map, but maybe one of these cannons goes down here. The other 2 still stand, and they're going to start chipping away once again at that hatchery, now targeting down the queen, trying to find that sweet spot, and this is so awkward. Game comes down.
HuK, fighting for his life, says no.
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.